Hey, this is Maginoni, and let's talk about the DC Rebirth books that came out this week. So, the first one I picked up was the Suicide Squad, and this is the issue where they basically get everybody up to speed who the Suicide Squad is and what they're really up to. So, think of this as the great example of a book for somebody who goes to see the movie and goes, "Wow, that movie was just amazing, and I just got to read this comic now." And so they would buy this book and get the gist of what's going on. Now, the art is good overall. Amanda Waller appears in a couple of issues this week, and it seems like people can't get the right idea of how she's supposed to look because she looks different. And overall, I'll say this. There really isn't anything spectacular about this. It's just the Suicide Squad is in the middle of a difficult mission, and they'll do anything to basically succeed type thing. Overall, nothing spectacular. From what I've heard, though, Suicide Squad's been pretty bad. So, if anything, this to me seemed a lot better than bad. So, hopefully they're putting this book back on the right track. Harley Quinn. Okay, guys will love the beginning of this book. I can just throw that out there. Beginning is basically Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy having a girls' day together type thing, and then they go off into like the origin of Harley Quinn, and once they go through that, then they basically copy the story from the Fantastic Four. Basically, what happens is like there's alien comes down, sees a cow, and turns himself into a cow, so this way he can observe humans, and of course he gets killed, and then he gets eaten, and then people start changing. Well, if you remember in Fantastic Four, Skrulls came down who are shapeshifters. Reed Richards hypnotized them, turned them into cows, and they lived their life on the farms. And then John Byrne came along. He did a storyline where what happened to those Skrulls on the farm? Well, bad things happened. And so to me, I was just like going, somebody must have just read Fantastic Four because they just lifted that story. Overall, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing. The way I look at it is this: if you're a Harley Quinn fan, you're gonna probably like this. If you're not a Harley Quinn fan, you're not gonna like this book at all. I mean, the sad thing is, even though her and Deadpool are the same, I would read Deadpool over this book. I don't know. Justice League 2, the quality of the story has dropped significantly, in my opinion, on this. Basically, the Justice League finally gets together. They go, hey, wait a second, something weird is going on. And they basically start figuring things out. There's more Earth dangerous catastrophe coming. And they can't do it themselves, so they send Batman to go get Superman. And, Batman's like, I don't know this Superman, he's been sitting here watching us while we've been fighting Darkseid and all these other bad guys, and now he finally decides to show up when our Superman dies. I don't trust him. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ, Batman. Put a lid on it. But overall, I guess you can say this to me is like that sophomore slump type issue where, you can't maintain the excitement from the first. You have to pull it back a little bit so you can build the story. And that's basically what this is. And that's why, to me, the quality disappeared a little bit because, to me, it wasn't exciting anymore. And now I'm already seeing, you can kind of, if you read enough comics, you can kind of see what's going to happen. And, it's kind of like, I just wish, I don't know. I just wish this was One Punch Man and I could just enjoy that. Okay. Batman number 4. Amanda Waller's in this, and she basically goes, hey, Batman, we both have a problem. His name is Psycho Pirate and Hugo Strange. Apparently she sent in those two, and Hugo Strange basically went rogue, and he's causing lots of mischief with Psycho Pirate, which jacks up Gotham, and Gotham really gets jacked up in this issue. Now, overall, I mean, I'll say this is a decent read. It's one thing that kind of surprised me was the fall from grace, so to speak, of the hero, of one of the two, from the two Gotham, the brother and sister. The sister's basically just kind of like she's useless right now, and the brother's just unhinged. And so, I mean, I expected something like that to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen so soon. The art's still good. The story, I think, was good overall. I don't think it was as good necessarily as the very beginning of the like issue 1 and 2, but overall, I'd still say it's still solid. It's not that much of a quality drop or anything like that. All right, Green Lanterns number 4. Well, this is the issue where the two lanterns have to learn how to trust each other, and they have to learn how to work together. There's a lot of doubt with Jessica and her ability and why she's a Green Lantern. She basically just wants that ring off of her. You know, that's eventually going to get really old, because it's going to be getting to that point where you're just going to go, well, just take it off. You know, you're going to reach a point where there's going to be no action. Take the ring off if that's what you feel. But, you know, we all know she's not going to do that. Overall, I mean, it was decent, but like I said, this is mostly less fighting, more character building, fights next issue. Nightwing number 2. Okay, I liked it, but at the same time, for me, I have too many books. I need to start thinking about cutting it, and this is one of those books I'm considering to cut. But, you know, even though I'm saying that, I still say that overall this is a decent read so far. I am really curious to see how the Court of Owls is going to play out. I have this feeling there's more to that whole storyline is going to play out than what they're kind of revealing right now. And, I don't know, overall, it's just decent. You know, Nightwing's not really working well with his new partner, and, you know, which is to be expected. His new partner is a little bit more ruthless, and I don't know, we'll see how everything works out. But maybe I might give it 1 or 2 more issues, at least for the first story arc, and then we'll see what happens after that. All right, Superman number 4, Father and Son versus the Eradicator. Now, overall, I thought it was okay. You know, like the father-son fight was decent overall. I mean, it's not something that I would go like send it in for an Eisner or anything like that, but it was entertaining a little bit. The Eradicator part of it, though, was like, you know, it's like he basically keeps like all of the souls of the Kryptonians inside of him, and when I read that part, I just kind of went, my eyes just kind of rolled a little bit, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm already done with. I'm checking out of this story. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, because personally, I'd rather have just had more fight between Father, Son, and Eradicator than, you know, little punch and then long drawn out storyline of the souls of the Kryptonians and then how they magically appear in Metropolis and all that other nonsense. I'll still get it for now, but this also is slowly going to the chopping block also. I just have this feeling that they're not going to be able to keep up the story to the point where I'm going to be interested enough to keep reading it. But anyways, that is the DC Rebirths for this week. Let me know what you guys bought for Rebirth, what you guys liked, what you didn't like. We'll have some more stuff later. And if you go see Suicide Squad, put down what you think. I'm going to go this weekend at some point. I fear this movie, but we'll see. Anyways, until next time.